I want to start this video off by saying this is for people who are obsessed with the meta and play by that rather than just getting characters you love. This is for people who play the gacha solely to get cards to fill their team slots and don't care about characters as long as they have the strongest team. I think any card can work for your team if you put in the work, and this is to help you better understand the card and put it in the right team for both you and that card. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're already well versed in meta and gameplay, so I'm not going to explain basic gameplay stuff. If you're new and don't know mechanics yet, I have videos on that to fill in some gaps. Trey is a balanced SSR. His max HP is 12,337 and his max attack is 5,804. As a balanced card, his stats are pretty solid. His attack is above average when looking at only SSRs and his attack is below. He's above average when looking at all cards. His spell 1 is Zero Ray. He's one of the special units that once he hits spell level 10, that Zero Ray turns into Zero Ray 2. His spell 2 is Leaf Shot 2 and then later Force Strike 2. His spell 3 is Water Shot 2. So because Trey is a unit that has a spell 1 that hits twice, it means he has no skills on spell 1. And while he has skills on spell 3, they're pretty common. He doesn't start off having any skills, but at spell level 5, he gains a minor power boost to caster for 1 turn. It stays the same, but at level 10, he gains a minor damage cut to foes for 1 turn. And that's it, those are his only skills. His duo magic partner is Epple with a moderate HP boost. His other buddies are Riddle with a minor power boost, and Malleus with a minor HP boost. So we've got some pretty solid alternatives for him if you don't manage to pull him. However, that being said, I'm going to tell you now that no unit in the game has Zero Ray to Zero Ray 2 thing. There is one in JP, and that's Storm Malleus, but I honestly can't tell you that Mal would be a good alternative for Trey. They're extremely different cards, so no alt that I have listed has that, but they do have a lot of other great things about them. On my suggestion list, we've got Birthday Jacket Riddle, Glorious Masquerade Idia, Apprentice Chef Riddle, and Gallicator Reggie. So Riddle is what I would call my spell match option, but really, he actually has a lot in common with Trey. They have the same spells, they're both balanced, and they have Epple as a buddy. Unfortunately, Riddle doesn't duo with Epple and their skills are different, but he's a fantastic alternative option for Trey. And if you have this Riddle and manage to pull Trey, he could theoretically be a good team member since Trey has Riddle as a buddy. Next up is Idia. The best thing about him is that he also duos with Epple. However, he also has Water and Flora spells and Power Boost. His spells are a little mismatched, but still, at some point, they do match. He also lacks a Void spell, and if you want to get technical, he's also defense and not balance. If you need another unit to duo with Epple, Idia would be a great option. Chef Riddle has a Void spell 1, although it's not Zero Ray. He has Leaf Shot 2, and he has Malleus as a buddy. He's also defense and has no skills in common with Trey. I still think he's a very solid budget option though, because while we have the obvious, shared buddy and same elements, although damage cut and power drain are different things, they still affect enemies. And let's be real here, all these skills are pretty common, so I don't think they're exactly deal breakers. I don't think anyone is pulling for Trey for those skills. And finally, Ruggy. Like Riddle, he has a Void spell 1 and Leaf Shot 2. He doesn't share any buddies with Trey. It's kind of the same deal with Riddle, honestly. Ruggy is more of a bare bones alternative. I don't think he's the worst, but he's definitely the most budget-y of the options. But still, if you need those elements specifically, he'll do in a pinch, and I think that's the most important thing. I'm gonna be real here, I don't think the hits twice spell should be a deal breaker for you, but I figured it might be for somebody, so I'm gonna tell you that really, if you need it and you want this Trey, you should just go for him. Thank you everyone for watching, and a very special thank you to my channel members and Twitch subs. Your support helps me to continue to make these videos. If you'd like early access to my videos, consider becoming a channel member. Patrons and Ko-fi members can get my scripts early before I record them. I livestream over on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see y'all later.